This lesson is an introduction to drawing circuit diagrams. So our title today is Circuit Diagrams, and by the end of the lesson we should be able to suggest why circuit diagrams are used instead of pictures or drawings, and we should be able to accurately draw a circuit diagram. So we should set up our notes in the Cornell note-taking system with our objectives on the left, and we should match up the answers to those objectives in our notes on the right. And finally, write a summary of what you have learned in your own words. So we have three options. We could either draw the circuit, we could take a picture, or we could make a circuit diagram. Drawing is obviously a waste of time. You may take a lot of time drawing little features which are unnecessary and unimportant, whereas pictures seem like there'd be a much more sensible solution. However, if you look carefully at the circuit on the right, this is a very simple circuit, yet already the wires are curling around one another. If a circuit becomes sufficiently complicated, you'll find that it might be very difficult to work out which wire is plugged into which component. So what we need to do is we need to be drawing an accurate and simple circuit diagram to represent this. The more complicated a circuit is, the more likely you'll find a picture is very difficult to reproduce that circuit if you want to make it yourself. So let's do it wrong first. Let's start by trying to draw it as a picture. We start off with the cell. We draw a nice curvy wire just as it is in the picture above. Add in our bulb, another curly wire, another bulb, another curled wire, a bulb, all the way back to the cell. This is not a good circuit diagram because, as you can see, the wires are overcomplicated. We don't necessarily know how long that wire is, whether that wire is connected back to itself, if it's supposed to be connected back to itself. So instead, what we should be doing is using a ruler and a pencil. When we do that, we draw the cell in the symbol form. We add a straight line to represent the wire. We add in our first bulb, a second bulb, and our third bulb with straight lines connecting the three. We then draw a nice straight line back to the cell. This is much clearer and much simpler to follow. So let's try a different one. You can pause the video if you like and try to do this before I do it. So we put our cell in. In this case, there are two cells together, and so it makes a battery. We add our wires, connected to a switch, another wire, a buzzer, and the wire connected back to the battery.